Good morning, guys. Welcome to your market report. Running a little bit late this morning. Anyway, today is Wednesday, October 10th, 2018. And let's get this market report started by opening up the charts right here. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is the silver price. She's suffering right now, down 8 cents. That's all we ever hear from silver. Suffering, suffering, suffering. Suffering succotash. Staying down, down near rock bottom right now, $14.28, deflationary pressures. As long as this bond market keeps going up, we're going to see deflationary pressures. Now, I thought the bond market would relieve back just a little bit. And would ease back once it touched 3.25. I figured that it took quite a bit of energy for it to get the negative energy for it to get to 3.25, and I figured it would come back to maybe a few down a little bit lower than it is now. It's starting to rise again. The next wave in this bond market is going to take this bond market up quite a bit higher. This bond market's on its way up. I mean, it's probably on it's on a tear. It doesn't matter what the Fed does on the lower end of the yield curve at this point, because the upper end of the yield curve is going to keep moving faster than the lower end is. They're losing control. The Fed's losing control, but they're going to keep raising. They have to keep raising rates anyway. This is a runaway train at this point. The only thing that will stop this runaway train at this point is for the Fed to jump in there. I mean, they've created this for themselves. They've boxed themselves into a corner. Now they're trying to get out of that corner they've boxed themselves into, and they're creating a huge mess. It's going to destroy the financial system, basically, ultimately, in the end. And it's going to lead to a hyperinflation. But first, it's going to lead to a deflation. Deflation and then hyperinflation. So, I got to hand kudos to one of the guys who predicted it was going to happen this way, Mike Maloney. He called it the roller coaster crash that's coming. First down and then up. Just like a roller coaster. That's what happens on the big one. The big one, they take you down and then they take you almost straight up, Anyway, so you really feel the effects. So there's silver today. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's suffering too. This is deflation. Deflation is trying to creep into the picture, and everybody's starting to get a little bit scared. Now, Bitcoin is $6,500 right now, and I don't expect Bitcoin's going to take too much heat here, because until the market drops, I mean really drops a lot, people are going to see Bitcoin actually as a safe haven asset. And so we could, until the market drops a lot and they really get the big time fears. See, there's a difference between a little bit of fear and a lot of fear. When a lot of fear is going to come is when the Dow Jones drops below 20,000. This is when a lot of fear is going to enter into the scene, and they're going to question. They're going to start to question this economic recovery. They're going to say, hey, you know what? This is not an economic recovery. This is a global depression we're going into. And that's when the real story is going to start to come out. But, okay, so Bitcoin today, we've had a little drop. We've had a few red candles, but I think overall, I think that there's a floor underneath Bitcoin right now at around $6,000. Bitcoin's going to stumble along until it starts to take off again. And I can't tell you exactly when that period, when it's going to take off again is, but if you're an HODLer, all you need to do is just HODL right through all of the downs until it starts to take off again. That's all you have to do. It's a pretty simple job. Dow Jones Industrial Average today, we're down 227 points, but that's nothing big. We're going to see some big stuff coming. We're going to see some big days down. coming in the future, you know. It's not here yet. We're down a little bit. This is like nothing. This is like, if people out there are talking about this is the crash, this is nothing. This isn't a crash. 200 points down is nothing. Let's take a look now at oil. Oil's down 75 cents today on the day. That's 1%. So 74.21 on oil. Now, bonds and rates today. This is the one I'm really looking at. Actually, I watched the U.S. 10-year like a hawk. And I thought it would go down to like 3.18. That's what I thought it would go down to. I thought it would go up to about 3.25 and then back off to about 3.18, and then come in later in a surge and go up to about 3.5% on the U.S. 10-year. That surge would be maybe a month from now or something like that. That's the way I was thinking. But no, it hit 3.25, and it just backed off a tad, hardly any. And now it's surging ahead again, back toward 3.25. This is showing a lot of strength in the crashing of the bond market and rising of U.S. bond yields. Is showing a lot of strength. And this is going to continue. This is going to continue. I expected it to get here sooner, to tell you the truth. I expected it to be here a couple months ago, but it's here now. It's going to continue. It's going to get a lot worse. And this is what's going to lead us into the great bond market crash and the greatest depression, or greater depression, because it's going to be a greater depression than the 1929 or the depression that happened that they called the Great Depression, that your grandfather remembers. This is going to be greater. It's going to be a greater depression. It's going to be the greatest depression, the biggest depression ever. You know, it's going to be a hyperinflationary event that's going to take us to the edge of the abyss. It's going to be so bad. Let's move on. U.S. dollar index today. She's dropped back to 95.48. But the dollar's going to be riding strong, especially when the fear comes in heavier later on when the bond market goes higher. Cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Gee, I forgot to do this one earlier. I should have done it with Bitcoin. But what we're looking at is market cap of 217 billion. So it's lost $2 billion since last night. 217. It was 219 last night. 52.3% Bitcoin dominance. And we're looking at a lot of these coins in the red today. Just makes good buying opportunities, guys. You know, pick your coin that's your favorite top coin, and you're getting a bargain right now. Because really, like I said before, all you need to do is HODL these coins. Just buy them, put them in an offline wallet, and wait. Be patient. If you're patient, you're going to yield the rewards of this. But you're going to have to wait probably to really yield the rewards. You're going to have to probably wait 24 months, maybe 36 months from now to really yield the rewards of holding them. If you're looking to get into these markets and make a quick buck, you're going to be slaughtered because these could go down and substantially in the interim between the next few months. You know, and then what would happen is you lose a lot of money. These coins, you want to make money on them, hold them from 24 to 36 months, and you'll make out like a bandit on these things, you know, because this is the wave of the future, and these coins might go through a rough patch coming up because we're heading into deflation. But on the other side of the deflation is the hyperinflation, and that's going to carry everything, these assets like these coins. This is going to make these coins. This is going to make these coins into the new fiat currencies of the world. And people say they have to be backed by gold and silver? No. Just the fact that the computer script that is the underlying core of these coins makes them rare. Like Bitcoin, there's only ever going to be 21 million. Can't make any more. Just that rarity alone makes them different than fiat. That rarity alone makes it so that they're like gold. So they don't need to be backed by gold. They're digital gold. Bitcoin is digital gold. Litecoin is digital silver. Litecoin eventually is going to move to a price point of 25% of the price of Bitcoin. And by the time Litecoin moves to 25% of the price of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to be like unbelievably expensive, but it's not going to be priced in fiat anymore. Only a rich man will own one Bitcoin. This is what we're heading toward. And you'll still be a rich man if you own one full Litecoin. This is what we're headed toward. This is the new world we're headed toward. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.